Hello, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, the executive producer here, and I've got a few pre-show notes for you. First, a reminder. All of the content we produce is available on our website at finalshowfilms.com, as well as youtube.com/senstaku, senstaku.podbean.com, twitch.tv/senstaku, and on iTunes. We are only able to do the things we do thanks to the kind support of our Patreon donors. We give a special shout out to our $25 tier supporters, Antitonic and Cat Waterflame. If you'd like to support us that way, be sure to check it out. Secondly, a thank you to the folks over at 411mania.com. They produce articles and content related to wrestling, MMA, movies, music, and gaming. Go check them out. We appreciate their support as well. And lastly, be sure to subscribe, comment, and rate, if possible, wherever you listen to or watch our content. It helps us know what you like, what you don't like, and helps us make more content. Feedback is always appreciated. With all that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Adventures League Storm King Thunder. Really quick thank you to our new subscriber, Kumo Desuga Nanika, who just subscribed with a $4.99 sub. Whose notification I just got. So yay, thank you for subscribing, thank you for watching, we appreciate your subscriptions. I'm John, Game Master for the evening, or morning, or whatever time zone you may be in, running us through this weird and strange thing called Adventurers League. And with me today is William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Fire and Altarian, Human Paladin Evil Mater.
And Jeff.
Hey, I'm Jeff, I'm playing Farbolt Chance, the Half-Elven Rogue.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Kinvalar Erasme, the Sun Elf Blade Singer.
And Aaron.
Hi, I'm Aaron, and I'm playing Miracle, the Tiefling Ranger.
And once again, joining us from across the pond, our guests, Thea and Grebo.
Hi, I'm Thea, and I'm playing the Milvad Halfling Rogue.
I'm Gribo, and I'm playing Flint, a Dwarf Barbarian.
And when last we left our adventurers, they were solving the deadly puzzle of a tree. Primarily, they had gone to the stone stand Uthgard Barbarian Mound in an attempt to find more giant relics that they can bring back to the Eye of the All-Father in order to increase their chances at finding the correct path to go, or whatever path they want to choose. Upon arriving, the first thing they saw was a ghost standing by the oak tree in the middle of the burial ground, a ghost of an Uthgard Barbarian chieftain of some kind, whom Flint convinced to allow the party to come closer because of his common association with the bear. Upon getting up to the tree and inspecting it, they couldn't immediately tell where the giant relic was buried, but Miracle, through use of some animal summoning spells, summoned a horde, several swarms of ants who burrowed underneath the tree and discovered that there is a massive giant skull entangled in the roots of the tree. And that is where we last left off.
So Firen, after realizing that we couldn't do this very easily on our own, turns to the ghost. Our investigation has discovered that this giant relic is entangled in the roots of the tree. We're uncertain if we have any particular way of retrieving it without moving any of the roots. Would you be able to assist? We wish to extract this relic from your lands as it doesn't belong here and remove it from this place.
So, Firen, something that has never happened to you before happens.
Mm-hmm.
The ghost doesn't seem to acknowledge you. In fact, it doesn't seem like it hears you at all.
He pauses for a second. I don't believe I'm actually saying this, but Flint, I think you need to talk to the ghost.
Flint turns round, walks back over to the ghost. Says, "Oh, did you hear what he just said?"
Turns and looks at you, and just looks around as if it's trying to see anything else. The mortal world is shaded from my eyes. Only those with a connection to our bear can communicate with me.
Did got you! And I turn around to the rest and say, you're not here!
I see.
Just don't see this.
Can you tell him what I said then?
Yeah. So Flint then, will just look the ghost in his ghostly eyes and just say, so, underneath this tree that we both really love, there's a skull. It's entwined in the roots of the skull. We need to get it out. Is there any way to possibly shift this and move it, or any way that you can help us that we don't harm the tree in any way?
I am incapable of interacting with the tree. I'm only here to defend the mound from invaders and defilers.
Alright, well, we're going to have a little think about how to do this without harming this tree, because that's not something that we want. Don't suppose you know if the tree is in any way, like, talkative? Like, thinks at all?
I am here to defend the mound from invaders and defilers.
There you are! And it just turns its back, walks to the rest of them, explains that the ghost not only can't see them, but can't interact with the tree in any way, and that we need to find a way to get this skull out without damaging the roots.
Miracle, I don't suppose you've got a way to commune with plants, do you?
No, I mean, no, not really. Aside from, like, how non-magical people do it, which is by planting them and raising them and eating them. You know, like a farmer or something. I can do that, but no, I don't have any. Though, John, so way back, I got an elemental gem. And I wrote that down. I didn't write down which type of elemental gem I got.
Fire.
Oh, fuck.
Well, that's less useful.
Hey guys, I have an idea.
We can burn the tree down.
Because elementals can move through small spaces, they can do other stuff, but fire ones cannot help with this
Fire
situation.
ones catch trees on fire.
Yes,
It is a.
but if it was an earth one, it wasn't a bad plan.
No.
It would have been a great plan.
It is an elemental ruby.
My noble house for a druid.
Or someone who happens to have a spell scroll of speak with plants, because I can cast it, or I can.
Anyone have any kind of spell that will move a large bit of earth?
Goodberry? Actually,
I do not, unfortunately, not.
this may be a stretch. But how do does Miracle know? How do the roots on spike growth work?
So spike growth doesn't affect. Basically, what spike growth does is it either turns the grass that is in the area into really sharp, dangerous vegetation, or magically grows really sharp, dangerous vegetation, but that it doesn't interact with the root system of the area. It's just top level.
Okay.
Yeah,
How would spike growth work if cast underground?
I mean, the same way it would work on the surface level where things walk in an area you can see, rather than like you can't like spike growth underground just below your feet, because that's not how the spell works.
Yeah, it is at a spot you can see.
Yeah.
No, that's what I was thinking. Is we tunnel in a little bit, I spike growth to like loosen things up, but I don't think that's how this works.
Could you not get your insect swarm to go and dig all the soil away from the roots so that we
I
can
look
pull
at this
the...
pile of ants.
And
I
they sent back to you that the skull was entangled in the roots.
Yeah.
Not just
Yeah.
sitting there, but like the roots have grown into it and through it.
I mean, the only thing that I
Can
could
we make an object intangible or smaller? Sorry.
I have no way of doing that. Kinvalar?
the only thing that I could I don't know if this would work. It is sort of, well, first of all, how big is the tree?
Massive. It's sitting at the intersection of for like map looking. It's sitting at the intersection of 4 50-foot wide squares and fills up most of all 4 of them.
So that's going to be more than huge.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, then even this odd sort of pseudo plan that I potentially had probably wouldn't have worked anyways,
Yeah.
which was to animate the tree, make it walk away, and then return.
Yeah. The it is a massive
animate-
tree. It would definitely be gargantuan in size.
Damn it.
And Miracle knows that its root system spreads throughout all of the burial mounds around you.
Oh shit.
If I can get you a visual on it, could you animate the helm and have that leave?
Skull, yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Let's go. But
You have to see it?
probably as long as it's no larger than huge sized.
Well, it's just the head of a
It's-
giant.
It is.
But if it's wrapped up in the brand, it's still going to. It's going to be sort of the equivalent of restrained.
You got the measurements as well. Hang on, let me pull them up. Because the ants could relay that information. The skull is. It's about the size of you. Miracle?
Okay.
Medium.
Yeah. So yeah, it would be a medium-sized object.
So that would be that would be doable. The problem would be trying to get it out of the root system.
Yeah.
Well, without being able to animate or move the roots and stuff, do you see any way we can get it out without actually at least breaking the roots around it or that have grown into it? I mean, and I think the shimmering guy over there is not going to like that.
Yeah, which I'm not a big fan of the idea either. I'm at a loss. Like right now, I
Does anyone have any relevant teleportation-y things they could do?
Give me
Only
an intelligence saving throw,
myself.
Kinvalar.
Okay.
It's like I can.
24.
May or may not be relevant, but you suddenly you realize that all of the previous giant relics have had some sort of magical aura around them. There may be some more information to be gleaned from that. You don't know if it'll help you figure out how to get it out, but it might give you more information to the situation.
I would have to. Okay.
If you were to use.
But I would have to be able to see it to get any information out of it.
Not
right?
necessarily. No.
I would know where it
there.
is.
You know it's there. Yeah.
Right, but that's the thing is with detect magic, which by the way, I don't have.
Oh, well, that wouldn't work then.
I think
But
Flint
even
might have it.
with that spell, you know the location, but you don't get glowy auras or any sense of it unless you can actually physically see it. To the best of my knowledge.
Unless there's something in the GM's notes about it.
I have. Flint has detect magic.
If you want to cast it.
I will. Yeah, Flint will go over to the tree, and he starts singing a lament to his bear god, and will cast detect magic.
All right. So as you look at the tree, you sense an aura of dark energy emanating from underneath it, roughly the spot where the skull is. And as you focus in on it and look and sort of analyze it, it seems that the skull is radiating some sort of necromantic aura.
Hmm.
And you sort of immediately, just as you get that information, you just sort of immediately look at the ghost and then look back.
Does he feel that the two are connected then?
Probably, yeah.
Hmm. Flint will relay this back to the rest of the group and then wander over to the ghost. And Flint's not gonna approach this subject straight away. He's gonna talk to the ghost about old adventures that he's had, monsters that he's slain.
Mm-hmm.
Just giving the group a little bit of time to discuss that information before he does something stupid.
All right. Give me a persuasion roll.
Okay.
See how good you are at talking to this ghost.
$13.
You get a so as you're talking to the ghost, you get a sense that it's not. You've most adventurers have interacted with ghosts before at some point in time, whether or not it was hostile or not. This ghost seems to be operating on a program of some kind. Like it has a very limited amount of dialogue it can have with you before eventually going back to I am here to guard the mound and protect it from invaders and defilers. It doesn't seem like he is here for the reasons that ghosts typically are left behind. Like, typically a ghost is left behind because of some really strong emotion or some sense of duty or something that drives them. And if you can talk to them, they don't shut up about it. This one, it's strange. Like at first you'd think that it would be the protecting of the mound bit, but he doesn't talk about that so much as an objective, so much as that ends up what he is always going back to.
Okay.
That seems a little weird to you, but you have that conversation. While the rest of you've been told that the skull underneath the tree is radiating necromantic energy. And is somehow connected with the ghost.
Wait. The
skull is keeping the ghost here.
Yes.
Oh well, just for clarification as well. Flynn is genuinely not wanting you to harm the tree because it's connected to like in a roundabout way, to his own tribal god. So if we need to damage the tree in any way, it might be good to convince Flint why you're doing it. He doesn't really know why you want this skull. He's just along for the adventure.
So, hang a moment.
But that's only if you need to damage the tree.
The skull. Necromantic aura, you said.
Can you cleanse it in any way?
I have a feeling that. Does this ghost seem natural?
Give me a religion check, Paladin.
Like, does it seem like an actual guardian spirit, or does it seem like something that's here when it should?
I was gonna say, you realize you just said the words, does the ghost seem natural?
Yeah, I know.
Which
but
in D&D is generally a question you can ask.
I can't roll above a 10. Why would I ever roll above a 10?
So, you're a paladin though. DCs are different. So
Yeah,
you're thinking along the lines of obviously this ghost isn't natural; it's a ghost. But Kinvalar and Farbol have already voiced the idea that maybe the skull is keeping the ghost here.
Yes.
And that seems like a possibility. You can't determine one way or another if that's accurate, but that definitely seems like a possibility when thinking about the two. Because necromancy is obviously the school of magic that interacts with the dead and interacts with ghostly things. And if the aura underneath the tree is necromantic and the ghost appeared when you guys approached the tree, you can take a couple logical steps and say, if ghost at tree and necromantic aura under tree, necromantic aura associated with ghost. You have no idea what that means, like...
I look around. This is a burial mound.
Yes.
This is a place where spirits are supposed to be laid to rest.
That's a fair assumption, yes.
I have a feeling that this ghost is being held here when it shouldn't be. It should be at peace in the afterlife.
Yes.
Well,
And I think that skull is part of it.
Kind of pointing at the mounds that are around here. Do you think this guy is buried in one of these? I think we might be able to find which one he's buried in.
It's likely. But that's not my. I think if we can. Well,
he's the one here and not someone else, one of the others.
I think if we can get the skull out of here, he might be properly put to rest. And as much as it pains me to say it, a tree's roots will regrow in time. If we have to forcibly remove them from the skull to remove this thing from this place, we may have to.
It is sort of I don't like it either, but it is sort of the worst or the least bad of two options. Do damage to this tree or allow this undead creature to persist.
I don't know how much it'll help, but so before my concentration on the conjure animals is up, I'm gonna have my ants try and burrow a hole that's like at least a bit wide enough that we can see down.
Okay.
Like, I want to give those who might need it line of sight if I cannot give them touch range.
Line of sight on the skull.
Yeah. So these ants, you summoned enough of them. These several swarms of ants just sort of congeal into a pile and burrow down You sort of see this like mound of ants suddenly build up and then start draining like a drain as they burrow down through the ground. And as they finish and sort of disperse, there is a sort of a like a baseball-sized hole, sort of tunnel digging straight down through the mound.
That's the skull down there.
I look over. Flint, are you okay with this? This seems like the only option we've got. Minimal damage to the tree.
Flint's not heard because he's been chatting to the ghost.
Yeah, Flint's been off chatting to the ghost.
Flint,
Let him know what it is that you want to do.
Flint.
You hear them calling to you, Flint.
Yeah, he turns around, wanders over.
So we've got really one option.
Let's be honest. Technically, we have two options, but one of the options is leave this area and not retrieve the skull.
Yes. That ghost. This is a burial mound. That spirit should be at rest. He should be in the afterlife at peace. He's not. And you've already mentioned that skull has a necromantic aura. I fear the skull is keeping him from passing on.
It seems reasonable.
And I think if we remove that skull from this place, he might be able to rest. Unfortunately, the only thing that we can seem to find out is to rip the skull from the roots. The roots will heal in time, but the only way that we can get it out is to do a little bit of damage.
Well, why did you need this skull?
One, it seems like it's keeping the dead here from resting. No dead should be forced to be here.
Correct.
But if he's a barbarian and it's just he's here to fight things that are messing with the mound.
It's not a barbarian.
Right.
It's not an Uthgard skull. It's a giant skull. It's not natural here.
Right. So what is it that you need the skull for?
We need the skull to learn how to stop what is happening with the giants and find more ways to end this ordning, this shattering of the ordning without causing massive upheaval and danger to the rest of the world.
Including the youth guards.
What'd you say? What did Flint say?
He just says, if any of you lot got any way to maybe help heal the tree on like a little bit, like after you've damaged it, and you see he's visibly looking a bit upset about the thought of damaging this tree.
Trees are living enough creatures that I could heal them, right?
Yeah, you could cure wounds a tree.
I think I can do that, yes.
Right, it seems right now the ghost can only see me. I get the feeling that might change once you start damaging that tree.
That does
Is there
seem
anything
likely.
you want me to do?
Just be ready.
Oh. We banished for a minute there.
Just be ready.
Invisibility! Right, I'll try and keep him occupied.
Thank
I've
you.
got some skills. And Flint will, he goes off and he's stood in front of the ghost.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, something else that I picked up my travels from this nice lady that I met. Bianca Onse, I think she was called. And Flint turns round and he starts doing like a Beyonce booty shake, clapping his cheeks. And for some strange reason, Quinvalar feels inspired.
Yes!
Bardic inspiration.
Have a D6.
Give me a performance check, see how you affect the ghost.
Alright. Performance check.
Oh, that's amazing.
Might be the 17.
It's a very well done performance.
Jiggles like jelly.
Oh, awesome.
All right. So while that's happening to us all, what are the rest of you doing?
You know what a barbarian wears under his kilt, don't you?
Nothing.
It
That's
seems like we're doing this, so let's move towards the tree with intent
You
to
are-
start digging.
You are at the tree. Do you produce shovels and begin digging, or are you using spells, or what?
You've got visual range, Kinvalar. Can you rip it from the ground?
I have visual range on the skull?
Yeah, that's what I did with my.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine.
So you sort of get down and
It's
put your
not
face to this
touch
hole.
range because ants, but
Right.
Yeah,
if you need touch range, I can recast conjure animals.
There's basically a little burr hole that the ants have made that you can get down on. You sort of get down prone and look through and see.
Okay. Well, I will cast animate objects on the skull. This is the only way I have to do it.
Okay.
Animate objects on the skull and try to wriggle the skull out from the.
All right. So it's a medium-sized object.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the stats for that. I need it to make an attack roll with disadvantage.
Okay. Do I have? It does not. No, it does not. Okay. So roll. +5.
23 hits. I need your old damage.
You said disadvantage.
Oh, sorry, disadvantage. A 10 still hits. Roll damage.
Okay.
You're attacking AC 10.
2d6 + 1.
Yep.
2d6 + 1.
I don't like the initiative.
Oh, look,
tracker.
The
initiative
initiative
tracker
tracker just
popped up.
shows up.
10 damage.
All right. So the skull, which you can, now that you're actually having a look at it, you can tell is definitely a giant skull, animates and begins gnashing at the roots that have sort of entrapped it. And as that happens, the ghost that is sort of looking both at and past Flint just snaps into the area of where you all are at. And the previously fairly normal-looking visage of a human fades away into this gaunt, skeletal monstrosity of a ghost, and it lets out this horrible wail of anguish. And I need all of you to roll me wisdom saves and then initiative.
Oh boy, that's not going to go well for me.
Assuming we're all nearby because we're all trying to get to the skull, you all get +3 on your wisdom save.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
we're
good.
all close enough to get that.
17.
God damn it.
11, so +3?
Why would I ever
3?
Why would I ever roll anything higher than a 4?
The 12 + 3 is for Flynn,
So
and the 11 + 3 is for Milva.
did that 10 include? Is that 10 before or after the +3, William?
That's after my +3.
After your +3?
Wow.
I rolled a 2.
So I got a 14.
Everyone but Fyron is fine. Fyron, you are frightened for 1 minute.
Ah, damn it.
You fortunately did not fail by more than 5, so you don't get aged as well.
Hmm.
You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turn.
Quinvalar, just to let you know as well, I forgot to mention that with that inspiration, because of Gone Valor, you can use it to add to your damage rolls or as a reaction to up your AC.
Nice.
Because you need an AC that's like stupid high, like
Right?
27 high.
All right. Which one of those oh no, the 15 was Milva. Okay.
Oh, and your own initiative, yeah. All right.
Please don't die.
Breathe. Breathe, man, breathe.
I think
Milva's on 13. Milva's was the 13.
Oh, okay. Was Milva's not the 15?
That's Farbolt.
Oh, that was Firebolt. Firebolt. Okay, sorry.
Blimey, cool. Flint actually got a high initiative.
Yep.
He might actually be able to do some damage.
So, just these are. Don't worry too much about moving around on this map because it's a 50-foot square, so it's not like the angles aren't going to be quite right. But, Flint, you get first initiative past this. So yeah, this ghost has gone from normal looking to gaunt, skeletal, like angry ghost.
Awesome. He bares his teeth at this ghost and just says, "How about one last fight before you pass on to the drinking halls?" And he lifts his greatsword, rages, and takes a strike with his flaming sword.
All right, give me an attack.
Magic weapons.
How do I add on rage to that?
Rage doesn't add to the attack. It adds to the damage.
Oh yeah. So a 10.
A 10 misses.
Damn it!
So you swing, and the ghost just slides off to one side.
Did you not wish to attack recklessly?
Bonus action to rage. So
Yeah, my bonus action was to rage.
You decide to attack recklessly when you make your first attack on the turn.
yeah, no, that's right. It is a decision you make. It's not an action.
Yeah, can I do that again then?
Sure.
I mean, I've got an extra attack anyway.
Sure.
But
You can reckless attack.
Yeah, I'll reckless them all. Why not?
So go ahead and give us an
Another one.
advantage roll. 21
I
hits.
think that might do it.
Roll damage and then add what? So what's your rage damage at this level?
+2, I believe.
Okay, so
damage.
16 plus 2 plus another 2.
20.
Oh. All right, yeah. When these flaming greatsword whips through the ghost.
And then I swing at him again.
All right. So still reckless, so advantage. 26 hits. Roll damage. So another 20 damage.
20 again.
Yeah, 40 damage.
Oh, yeah, you swing twice through it.
Done.
It definitely seems like it seems like the sword being magical is doing more damage to it than the fire itself as you swing through twice.
Good. It's all good. That's me done.
All right. Farbolt.
Oh boy, so we're doing this.
Yep.
I'm going to roll into the other side of Flint, and I'm going to take a. No, I'm just going to take one swipe at it with a dagger.
So bearing in mind that these are 50-foot squares, so
Yeah. How far would I be?
You're about 50 feet away from the ghost. The ghost is right here next to Flint.
Okay. And then I'm going to do my move to move up to about 20 feet. Then I'm going to throw one of my daggers at it.
So yeah. Shunk.
So
26 hits.
26 hits.
Roll damage.
And since Flint is next to it, I get sneak attack.
Mm-hmm. So the ghost, this dagger, end over end, flies past Flint's shoulder, rips through the ghost, which just lets out a wail and dissipates. Fire, and you are no longer frightened.
Hey.
Kinvalar, your turn. And continue to pull the skull towards you.
Yes.
All right, I need it to make another attack roll.
Okay.
You're looking at it and you can see it's still entangled in the roots. It's tearing apart roots as best it can, but it's still
23.
With disadvantage still, because it's.
Oh yeah,
restrained.
with disadvantage.
It is still restrained.
20.
Roll damage.
11.
Yeah, you can see it is sort of chomping and tearing apart the roots as best it can, but it's still sort of stuck.
It's so just to make sure, because I don't think we get any I don't think we get partial credit if the skull shatters. The roots aren't doing any significant damage to the skull.
No, the roots aren't doing anything to it. It's just trying its best to get out.
Right. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that
technically being a magical thing.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure. Well, yes, but so were the bottles, and they were able to be broken. I just wanted to make sure that we didn't do all this ridiculous damage to the environment and the tree and everything, and end up with nothing to show for it.
No, the scroll does not look like it's being damaged. You're watching
Okay.
it pretty carefully.
Cool.
All right.
Come here, you.
Anything else you're doing on your turn other than trying to pull this
There
skull
is
toward you?
no current threat, so no.
All right. Melva.
So the ghost's gone. I'm going to hide
All right. Give me a stealth check.
and hold an action. Yeah, I'm just holding action to if anything hostile comes up to shoot at it with my crossbow.
All right. Yeah, Milva throws a smoke bomb and vanishes. All right. And at the slot 13, just after Milva, from one of the burial mounds across the way, you all see just sort of this eruption of bluish green flame as another ghost of an Uthgardt chieftain pulls itself out of the ground. Milva, your held action goes off.
Cool. Crossbow.
I don't think the ghost that just appeared has seen you.
No.
No, it has not.
Oh!
Natural 20.
Nice.
So roll damage. And yes, you get your sneak attack, which is also doubled.
Twice. Yeah, roll sneak attack twice.
So should I roll it twice then?
Yep, twice. Somebody do
go.
that math,
28
please.
plus
28,
28.
28 plus 4, 44.
44.
Wow. It's not dead. Again. But damn. So yeah, this just we get the in-camera glimpse of like the sniper scope like zeroing in as the crossbow goes flying and just barrels through, ripping through this ghost, which just continues to move though. And as it lets out an unearthly wail, I need all of you to make wisdom saves again.
Still
Go
plus
first.
3, right?
Everyone still has +3, yeah.
That was an 11.
16.
Oh boy, 9.
Link on a 10.
Good God, William.
Yeah, everyone but Farbolt and Flint succeeds this time. Flint and Farbolt, you are both
Oh,
frightened.
wait, that was Farbolt. That was
Yeah.
Farbolt's roll. Never mind.
Yeah, no, I actually can't roll a 6. My natural
Did you say?
1 is a
Did
9.
you say frightened?
Yes. Actually,
Flint's
you're raging, so you're
Flint's
you're not.
raging.
You're Flint's raging, so Flint, it doesn't matter. Farbolt, you're frightened. For 1 minute. Wait, hang on. How far did you? Was that 6, which made it 9? So no, you're not. You're still good. All right.
Are you
No.
are you Berserker Barbarian, Flint?
No, Totem Barbarian.
And I believe Berserker
Yeah.
is the one that gets immunity to frightened.
But while you're raging, you can't be frightened anyway, can you? Because you can't be charmed either.
No.
I think
Charmed
immunity
and
to charm and frightened is Berserker.
Charmed and frightened are two different statuses. Let's double check real quick to see if it's the basic rage or frenzy that does that.
Is it basic
Yeah,
rage
no.
or is it something the Berserker gets?
Yeah, mindless rage is Path of the Berserker. You can't be charmed or frightened while raging.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Regular raging does not make you immune to being frightened. So.
Oh, right. Okay.
So you are rage frightened, which is kind of a strange. Yeah, it's like you're really, really angry, but you're also really scared.
Your fear just makes you angrier.
Yeah. As in normal life, right?
Yeah. But yeah, so you cannot move. Neither one of you can move closer to the thing that frightens you. You have disadvantage on all checks basically while you can see it. Yeah. And at the end of your turn, you can make a wisdom saving throw to try to shrug it off. Miracle.
All right. I should note that the giant frost spider, is just
Or bat.
covering Kinvalar at this point.
All right.
Ants can actively not attack, so I'm just gonna.
Just let them go.
I mean, I haven't been forced to lose concentration, so they're technically still there for another possibly round or so. It's been a little while. 19.
19 hits. Roll damage. Oh, Miracle looses an arrow and another little puff of greenish and blue fire as this ghost dissipates as well. And Firebolt and Flint are no longer frightened.
Awesome.
Because it had 1 hit point left after Milva hit it.
Oh, man.
Anything else on your turn, Miracle?
Nope, I'm good.
All right, Firen, your turn. William.
I don't know what to do on my turn, though, is the thing, because the ghosts are gone again. I guess hold my action for calm emotions on basically on anyone who is frightened by another ghost appearing, because assumedly more will show up.
That works. What's the range on calm emotions?
Calm emotions. Range of 60 feet and target each humanoid in the 20-foot circle.
Okay. All right, so holding your action for calm emotions. Flint, your turn.
What do I see around me?
Nothing right now. The ghost has been dissipated again. Or a different ghost has been dissipated.
Okay, so I can't see any actual enemies around me.
Not currently, no.
Then I will just take like the readied action of if an enemy does show up, I will move to it and attack.
So you can only ready one action. You can ready the dash action if you want to move, or you can ready the attack action if you want to attack.
I will ready the attack action.
All right. So if something appears within range, you will attack it.
Yeah.
All right, Firebolt.
First, I'm gonna move over to retrieve my dagger.
All right, you can do that.
Then I am going to hide.
Give me a stealth check.
Jeez, really?
You slip underneath. You slip down the hill into the indention of the around the tree.
The lowest I can roll is a 13, and I got a 15. And yeah, after hiding, just ready the dagger to throw if I see something come in within range.
All right, Kinvalar, make me another attack roll with the skull.
Yep. 7.
So this time it seems like the skull gets caught and can't quite bite correctly.
Okay.
So it seems to have stalled slightly in its progression.
Right. And so, since there do seem to be ghosts popping up randomly, I am going to spend my bonus action to go into Blade Song.
All right.
Because Daddy needs a higher armor class.
All right, Milva.
Milva will do the same as previously, so
Another stealth check. Yeah.
24.
All right.
And ready my crossbow.
All right. And on that initiative spot again, another ghost appears, pulling itself this time out of the ground right next to you guys. And I need ready to actions. Farbolt, you. I'll say you can see it. First I need everybody to make wisdom saving throws, and then I need actions, and then ready to actions go off. So
9.
So with the +3, I got a 12.
17.
All right, wisdom save. Yeah.
So 19 for Flint
23.
and 9 for Milva.
So Milva, Farbolt, and Miracle are all frightened. Farbolt and Milva, your attacks go off, but they are not at advantage because
Calm
you're frightened.
emotions.
Oh yeah, calm emotion goes off first, so cast calm emotions. You can
I
only
don't think I can hit.
You can't hit
all
both
of them at once.
Yeah, you can.
So
hit...
I can hit Milva and Miracle, but I can't hit Farbolt at the same time.
Correct.
So Milva and Miracle, because there's more people there.
All right. So.
Oh, I have advantage against being frightened.
Okay. Roll again then.
Not much better, but
that'd be an 11.
Didn't help.
That'd be an 11.
11 didn't help.
Yeah, because
okay.
12 didn't save.
So yeah, you cast calm emotions on Milva and Miracle to help remove their frightened status. So Milva, you get your attack still with advantage because you're hidden and you're not frightened anymore. Farbolt, you get your attack, would be at advantage normally, but disadvantage inflicted because of frightened, so just a standard roll. As status effects stack on top of each other.
Does my prepared action go up?
13.
It's not close enough for you to attack it unless you wanted to throw your sword.
Or my javelin?
You had your great sword out.
Oh yeah.
Because it would require an action because the great sword's big.
Yeah.
So a 13 hits, roll damage, Farbolt, and a 26 hits, roll damage. Milva, you both get your sneak attack. I'm just going to wait for all the damage to roll and then calculate numbers.
So 13 plus... I did 30 for me.
26 from Milva.
So the ghost appears, screams, is obliterated. And Farbolt, you're not frightened anymore.
Like, did I hit it?
I just love the fact that we have two rogues that are just like ghosts. Nah.
Right now they're playing the part of Torbjorn's turret.
Ghost shink.
Miracle. The ghost appeared and was then made to not appear again.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out what has a burrowing speed. That isn't a shit burrowing speed.
Badgers.
Dire badger?
Badgers don't have great burrowing speeds.
It's 5 feet around, so basically by the time I can help the...
I don't think anything but giant worms and elementals have a good burrow speed.
Maybe giant badger. I think they have a little bit better. I don't know.
Giant
I looked this up.
are a little better. I just want to check and see if giant ant is an option. Nope. Or at least not in the core book.
So giant badger is what, like 10 feet? 15?
Yes.
So technically, if they dash, that's double that.
Yeah. Okay. So how many giant badgers is that?
All the giant badgers.
I would love to, but I only have access to 3rd level spells, so there is a limit to how many.
Giant badger has burrow speed of 10 feet. It is a challenge rating 1/4.
Yep. I just need to check the spell.
So I think that's
so
8 giant badgers.
8 giant badgers.
Sweet.
will be dashing if they need to assist the skull in getting out.
Are they all going in from the same direction, or are they flanking the tree and going in?
Flanking the
It's
tree.
a 60-foot range. They're flanking the tree.
So eight giant badgers in pairs of 2. Actually, no, at sort of all the 8 like compass rose directions, and just start burrowing in underneath the burial mound.
That's the help I can give.
Alright. It'll certainly not be wanting for options when it gets out of the roots. It's gonna take them a couple rounds to get down to it, though. So,
Yep.
Is that the extent of your turn?
They technically have their own initiative.
Yep.
So it's not gonna take up my turn.
Correct.
But yeah, that's my turn.
Right.
Hold action for ghosties.
Okay. Holding action to attack ghost. Wait, you used your action. It's you used your
Never
action
mind.
to conjure animals. Yeah.
Next time, because it uses my action the first time and then not anymore.
Correct. On
Yep.
their turn, they begin burrowing. Byron.
Take the dash action. You make it 20 feet towards the skull. I don't have any ranged offensive options. So
I feel like we should be adding an advice now to Twitch, which is flank the tree.
Flank the tree, heal the tree, bite the
just-
tree.
Add flank the tree.
Excellent.
Do I get sneak attack damage on the tree?
Yes.
I'm just gonna hold in case a ghost appears next to me, because I think even with just a regular attack roll, the rogues will kill the ghosts.
We'll see. Flint.
I don't need to just keep burning spells.
So is there anything for Flint to hit?
You saw a ghost appear, and then Milva and Farbolt obliterated it from existence. Because 2 ranged rogues tends to be overkill.
Well, I think more specifically, 2 level 9 ranged rogues against a ghost, which is challenge rating 4, if I remember correctly.
You remember correctly.
Yeah. Flint's rage would have dropped now.
Yeah, no, you're not raging anymore.
Yeah. So Flint just looks sullen, and his flame sword seems to dim a little bit, and he just kind of keeps his eye out for anything coming close that he can attack.
So while Flint begins to suffer from sulfuric dysfunction, Farbolt, it's your turn.
I'm gonna retrieve my knife and then hide again.
The knife is a little bit far away from you to retrieve it, unless you dash.
Bonus action,
Okay,
dash, action,
yeah.
hide.
I still have another one, so I'll leave it for now
All right,
and hide.
give me a hide check, stealth check.
21. And then ready my second dagger for if anything shows up.
Okay. Kenvalar, give me an attack roll for the skull again.
Yep. Where is the right
Disadvantage.
tab? There we go. 20.
20 hits, roll damage.
10 bludgeoning
The
damage.
skull finally manages to snap through the last bits of the roots holding it and now can move, so...
Come to me, ma. No, he just...
It moves up towards the tiny hole that you're staring down and begins gnawing through the dirt.
Excellent.
Hopefully the badgers will open a wider path for it.
You see 2 badgers on either side of you have already begun burrowing in towards it.
See, I did it on my own. I didn't need no stinking badgers.
Yeah, well, you don't need me with the skull, and the rogues don't need me with the killing thing.
That was a joke. That was a movie reference.
That was a movie pun.
I know.
Weird
I
Al.
would annoy you for other reasons.
Milva.
Today we'll talk about turtles, nature's suction cup.
Yes. Oh my God.
I'll do the same again.
We stealth check. As the Overwatch rogues prepare to kill another ghost. All right.
It's just an XCOM 2 wave mission, and you just got your 2 sharpshooters on Overwatch constantly.
Another ghost appears out of the burial mounds. Held actions go off.
I mean, they're basically treating these ghosts like I was the people on Horizon as Widow last night.
Yeah.
So, so 114 and
Jesus Christ.
48.
33.
Gone.
Fuck.
I
Jesus
I would say
Christ,
make
guys.
wisdom saving throws, but it doesn't matter. Because right now it's just like, oh.
I feel like even though it is a supernatural effect, like the fact that as soon as they pop up, we're like, it doesn't even get a chance to scream before it dies. We're like, nah, ghost.
You just hear a boom.
It's just like, ghost.
Basically, yeah. Oh, poor ghosts. Okay. We're going to go out of initiative now because that's all the ghosts that spawned today.
Come back tomorrow for more ghosts.
After a few minutes, the badgers manage to get to the skull, and the skull comes flying out. Do you have it fly into the bag of holding?
Yeah, it's like 100 pounds. Can it fit into the bag of
Yes,
holding?
it can fit. It can.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a large skull, but it's a skull, so you just open the bag wide and it'll go in. You can.
I just wanted to make sure that could be opened wide enough.
You could theoretically. It's no wider than your shoulders.
Okay.
So.
And as we established on Thursday, you can potentially fit a person into a bag of holding.
Can potentially fit a person into a bag of holding.
So
Not that any of you asked me that before you made the plan, but
No, because we already knew that it was possible, and we didn't want you to come up with a counter for it.
So, Byron will lay hands on the tree.
yeah.
Yeah. Farbolt will go retrieve his daggers.
And feed as many hit points as 40 as it needs from my 40 lay on hands hit points.
You need to feed 40 of it. Yeah.
All of my lay on hands.
So yeah, as Fyron feeds his divine healing magic into the tree, the roots that were gnawed away are restored with a divine flash of light from underneath the tree.
Flint goes to pat him on the shoulder to say, "Well done," but gets as far as the top of his back.
I am a tall human.
And the skull, now that as the skull is dumped into the bag of holding, you all feel this previously unnoticed tension in the air, just because it was so universal that its presence was fairly unnoticeable. Lift as the skull vanishes from this current plane.
My badgers come back.
Well,
Yeah, your badgers.
that went better than I thought it would.
It went quite well.
Well, we've got apparently a pair of sharpshooters on our side, so that went very well.
Well, you are standing outside the oak tree in Stone Stand.
Yeah, good work, the two of you.
It was fun.
Are there any kind of like sets of small stones around?
Yeah, there are cairns all over the place.
So Flint's gonna go and collect quite a lot of. In fact, he lifts up the front of his kilt like an apron and puts lots of stones in there. And he's gonna go to the base of the tree, and he's gonna use the stones to make the shape of a bear's face.
Okay. You make the shape of a bear's face.
Which means for about 5 minutes we've just got a lifted kilt on a Scotsman dwarf.
Oh yeah.
Fortunately for most of you, it's down low enough that you can't. It doesn't bother you. Milva, on the other hand,
Milva's of the same height.
Yeah.
Milva's been sitting in the tree for a while though, so.
She knows better than to be at ground height when I do this.
I know Flint too well. I'm away from here now.
All right. So you have removed the skull of some sort of giant from the tree.
All right. Well,
I don't recall because I never remember anything because it's too early in the morning. Do you know identify Kinvalar?
I do not know identify.
Okay. Just trying to remember.
If we want to identify it, I'd just for the sake of the nature here, maybe not where
Yes,
it was
away
bringing
from
back
here.
the dead.
Yes, away from here.
Where should we head to next?
Are we heading into the high forest?
I think we had a destination planned out after Stone Stand.
Yeah, grandfather tree is in the high forest.
Yes, I believe we were seeking the next one, which would be the grandfather tree.
Correct. Hopefully, we don't have to wreck. I realize we healed it, but hopefully we don't have to wreck that one too.
So, question is, do we make a beeline
Can
for
I
it,
make
or
a
do we
nature
go?
check to see if the tree is fully healed?
Sure, give me a nature check.
Oh, come on, Roll20. This is not the time.
I don't know how much damage it took, so I'm not going back to do that math.
Yeah, no, it didn't take a whole lot of damage from the only damage it took was from the skull biting itself free.
Yeah.
And then the lay on hands healed it fully.
So, do we just make a beeline through the high forest, or do we head west then south?
Ranger check, because grasslands and forests are my areas.
Morford, I'm kind of a little. I'm a little wary about just the amount of time we're spending in the high forest.
No, as a ranger who has those as favored terrains, I get advantage on intelligence checks to know things about
give me a nature
traveling through them.
Give me an advantage on nature. And a nature check with advantage.
Is it advantage or double your proficiency? I don't remember.
It's advantage.
It's advantage. W proficiency is Stone's Cunning.
Right. It's also like your favorite enemy is double your proficiency, I think.
Anyways.
Yeah.
18 with nature. Even with you along, because having you along is certainly an advantage, because your favorite terrain is forest. One of your favorite terrains is forest. You don't want to spend too much time in the high forest if you're not a native.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever it would be the least amount of time spent is probably what you would recommend. So you could theoretically head west and then south, but quite frankly, the quickest way through might just be straight from Stone Stand and then out.
Yep.
Because heading you can cut across a lot faster than going along the edge of the forest and down.
Mm-hmm.
Would I potentially, because background reasons, be able to add anything in terms of quickest way?
Your background is as an urban bounty hunter, isn't it?
My background the actual history.
Oh, your history.
So
where are you from?
Relevant portion. I'm from Evermeet. That said, hold on just a second.
Aspects of character histories.
I trained on the western edge of I trained with what I do on the western edge of the high forest.
Give me a nature check.
Okay. $19. That should not be with disadvantage.
So the western edge of the high forest and the heart of the high forest are two very
different things, of course.
And actually, you know, because of the time you spent on the edge of the forest, that you don't know much about the inside of the forest.
Okay.
You know that it's dangerous, and you know that you typically, if you're not a native to it, you're taught to stay out.
Correct.
Unless you have a really fucking good reason to go in.
Yep.
And that's pretty much what you would know.
Okay.
So again, same thing. Miracle, same thing for Miracle. Pretty much is, if you have to go in, go straight for what you're going for, and then straight the fuck back out.
Okay.
And there's not really much. You navigate through the high. Both of you know you navigate through the high forest via landmarks.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no even with a ranger's skills,
cannot be lost by non-magical means.
You can still get lost in the high forest. Yes,
the high forest is not non-magical means.
Correct. So yeah, the from where you're at would be the best, probably actually be the best way to go, because from where you're at straight in, you can see the Lost Peaks.
Yeah, it's the shortest shot.
No.
If you go north around the Ralvin River and then like up to Everland and then south, you lose that clear landmark of destination.
Yeah, because Grandfather Tree is between us and the Lost Peaks. So if we keep walking towards the Lost Peaks, we'll hit the Grandfather Tree.
Yeah. Whereas with this, there's not really a good landmark to navigate by. So that would be the information that both Miracle and Kinvalar would have.
Okay. Well.
Yep. And if that's the agreed upon path,
that is a plan.
Then I will need 3 D100 rolls.
On it.
I'll do one.
I'll do the third one.
Okay.
80.
Oh, that's a dragon number. No, I'm playing.
Damn it.
56.
I
really want us to fight a dragon.
I don't have the numbers memorized, so I couldn't tell you if it was or not. All right. So yeah, 80, 56, and 13.
Nice spread this time.
Just like one of the random rolls is you come across Clout.
And then we die. Because we're fighting old fucking Snarl.
You come across this encounter. Please roll new characters.
Okay. So, you all enter the high forest. This majestic forest that has this vaguely magical nature to it that you can all feel as soon as you step through over the boundary, but from the outside into the forest. Just like as soon as you pass the tree line, you all have this vague, tingly, magical sensation just running up your spine as you are enveloped in this new world, for lack of a better terminology. You're still able to see the Lost Peaks through the tree line and sort of set your sights by that, constantly sort of readjusting your navigation. I need survival checks from anybody who wants to be leading the way or helping to lead the way.
I will let other people do
I
that.
will
And then I
survive.
need-
Do I have
Yeah.
advantage for Forrest
Probably
on that one? I'm not quite sure.
I'll give you advantage regardless, so go ahead and roll it with advantage. And then I need perception checks from everybody.
Yeah, Evan.
Perception.
Alright.
Not one of my best rolls, but considering I have a -1, not bad.
Unnatural 20.
Oh,
These
13 on
are not in any way barbarian lands, are they?
There are barbarians that live in the high forests, but it wouldn't be
Oh.
largely considered barbarian lands, no.
Okay, so I don't get advantage.
No.
Damn it. That's hit roll.
So, after about 6 hours of walking, you all suddenly realize you can't see the Lost Peaks anymore. And you sort of, those of you that are sort of paying attention stop and, dance about trying to see if you can regain its location in the tree line, and you can't see it. There are just trees in the way anywhere you think it might be.
I'm gonna have my spider, unless I
Your
think this
bat.
is a bad idea for reasons that I don't know, being non-familiar with the lore. I'm gonna have my spider climb up to the top of a tree to see.
I was. Yeah, I'm going to be stupid.
So,
And I'm going to fly.
well, hang on, real quick.
Okay.
So before any of that, because there was more to the sentence. There's a reason why I did roll perception checks as well. Before Miracle sends his bat up, and before you have the other thing. As you guys are looking around, trying to reallocate the Lost Peaks in your vision, several of you, except for Kinvalar, see what looks to be a young copper dragon just sort of floating around upside down in the air, flitting through trees.
Nice.
How tall are the trees?
Massive. Just sort of at a guess, you're thinking the shortest of them is over 100 feet tall.
Okay.
But yeah, you all, several of you sort of look up and you just see this coppery, young-looking dragon just lazily drifting around through the treetops.
I think we should just
Yes.
keep up.
Not having noticed it, I continue on with my stupid plan to cast fly on myself
Right.
and go up so I can
And-
get a
Miracle, are you sending Frostwing up as well?
Do I notice it with a 13? Because several of you is not terribly
Yeah,
clear.
everyone except for Kinvalar noticed. Yes, you noticed the
Okay.
dragon.
If Kinvalar is already in the sky, the bat will be sent to try and get Kinvalar down.
So Kinvalar, as you start flying up, and as the rest of you notice Kinvalar flying, you see Miracle's giant bat flying after Kinvalar. Kinvalar, you're being harassed by a bat.
The bat is clearly trying to tell you something.
Can I roll an? Was it insight or animal handling?
Whichever's better.
Okay.
So being from the realms that deal regularly with dragons, do I know the metallic dragons are the good ones?
Give me an nature check. With advantage, because you're from
Yeah.
Waterdeep.
Good ones you want to fly up around
7.
in a forest.
Metallics are good.
Okay,
That
it's not a
doesn't
hard check.
necessarily mean anything, though.
Yeah, like they're still dragons.
They're still dragons.
Like just because they're good natured doesn't mean they won't think that you're fun sport.
Yeah. Kimvalard, the bat is definitely trying to tell you something about flying. And you sort of look around, and as you look around, and as the bat's like sort of freaking out in your face, you turn to the left, and you see the massive copper-colored snout of a dragon staring at you.
Oh! Hello.
Tilts its head. Hello.
I drift back towards the ground slowly.
It follows you. So you eventually hit the ground, and as you hit the ground, this roughly medium sized, slightly bigger than all of you, but not too much bigger than you. Dragon sort of settles down on the ground, and it just tilts the head, looking at the group of you.
I sort of do the lean back to the rest of the group. You could have told me there was a dragon up there.
I tried to.
Kinvlar, there's a dragon here.
Thank you, Firbolt.
And then 14 is... Yeah. 14 is fairly good.
Sorry, no, it's large, not medium. Never mind. It is bigger than you all.
Greetings, Varens says, kind of taking the initiative to greet the dragon.
Hello. You all seem like you're lost.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah, the High Forest can do that.
We're trying to get to an ancient tree. I know that doesn't really say much in the High Forest, but the grandfather tree.
Yes.
And he sort of sits back on his haunches and looks down at you. Why would you want to go there?
We're trying to save the world, to put it very bluntly.
Well, let's be more specific.
Yes, to be
I can answer this.
To be specific.
Oh God. Oh God.
Yes, miracle.
We're going
So
to die.
God of the giant race kind of broke down the structure by which the giants are organized. And because the giant structure is currently in disarray, there's a lot of giants rampaging, and also they're trying to reawaken ancient vehicles of war and fight each other and fight everything else, because they are kind of hoping that that is going to solve their problem. It's probably not going to solve our problem, but we think we have ways to solve that problem. But they involve getting artifacts from Uthgar burial grounds that were stolen from some ancient oracle of the giants. Miracle gets the fact right. I don't.
Yeah.
And then, based on how many of those artifacts we have, we'll have a number of paths open to us in terms of what we potentially can do to stop this from getting worse.
Okay.
Can I read anything on how much of that dragon actually followed?
Give me an insight check.
Can I roll something to teach well?
20.
Give me a persuasion check if you want.
15.
Dragons, regardless of their age, dragons are massively intelligent. The two of you get a sense that if it didn't listen to Miracle, it's because it already knew everything Miracle had to say. Otherwise, it definitely understood everything Miracle said.
Good. I don't think Miracle did.
Miracle, you lost yourself a little bit on it, but you're pretty certain that it's okay. It doesn't matter. You still explained it correctly.
And all of that is part of why we need to make it to the grandfather tree. Because one of those artifacts that we need to retrieve is supposedly near it or buried with it.
Yes.
Sounds rough. Beats
Could
swings and
you
starts taking off.
could you assist us with that?
To be able to point us to the grandfather tree.
Using my emissary of peace, if possible.
So as you get the question out as it begins to fly away, and it just sort of flips upside down, and it's wings keep beating, but it's hovering upside down as its head tilts back and looks down at you. I mean, I guess I could help. What's in it for me?
Adventure?
Give me a history check, Kundlar. And Fire,
Okay.
both of you.
Do I know what appeals to copper dragons? 8. I don't.
17, I might.
Kinvalar, in your studies, primarily because you work in areas where this would be known information, metallic dragons, again, genuinely good and benevolent creatures, though not necessarily altruistic. Copper dragons, in particular, are joke tellers and riddlers, and they're fairly gregarious and even tempered, but they do share a little bit of the sort of covetous nature that the chromatic dragons have.
Okay.
They like to, in particular, they appreciate wit and good stories, and like they crave, like they often have place, like in their hordes and in their lairs, they often have abodes crafted specifically for bards to come and tell them stories. Like they will host bards constantly and have them entertain them. So you're pretty certain that if say perchance there was someone in your party that was a bard and could tell a good story or a good series of jokes, that might be enough.
You're putting too fine a point on it. I got it like 3 sentences ago.
The more I talked, the more.
Only knows one joke.
The more I talked, the more Grebo danced. So I was really.
So yeah, he looks over, offer to tell him a story, something that might appeal to him.
Is that to me or to Flint?
To Flint.
What was that?
So yeah, Flint just like steps forward, straightens his kilt, says, "Hey, so I hear you like stories. What about like jokes? Do you like jokes?"
Hey, the copper dragon turns his head the right side up, and thus his body follows through.
Head turns, body follows.
Like, yeah, the head turns, body follows. And still hovering in the air above you. Yes, I do like jokes.
Right. You know what rats are?
No.
Rats, like the wee nibbly things.
Oh,
like,
rats. Yes, I know what rats are.
Right. Do you know what a sewer is?
Yeah.
Right, good. There's 2 rats in a sewer. One turns to the other and says, "I'm sick of this. Shit for breakfast, shit for tea, shit for supper. I fucking hate it. I've had enough. I'm going. That's it. I just want to end it." His mate nudges him and says, "Hey, don't worry. We're on the piss later."
Give me a performance check with advantage.
Oh God, please roll high.
With advantage, you do have advantage. And you have a DM inspiration because you actually came up with a joke or told a joke.
The only
at least.
joke I know.
It's genuinely the only joke he knows.
Well, let's see if it's one the copper dragon has heard before.
What inspiration die?
You can roll a d8 as well and add it to it.
Yeah, roll the d8 as well.
Yeah, just / roll 1d8. So 22.
22.
Yes.
For the rest of you, it's a pretty funny joke, but it's a Flint joke. So how you react is up to you.
Yeah, the expression,
She's heard that joke hundreds of times now.
Miracle is thinking far too hard about it.
It's just
Fire would just laugh at it.
Fire is just Byron does the noble thing of I'm not supposed to laugh because it's supposed to be noble enough, right? But it's just kind of a.
So the dragon is staring at you, and it starts to laugh, like, and just like does a basically sort of a backflip while it's laughing in midair.
Good.
Oh, that was good. I like that. I like you.
You want to see a magic trick too?
Uh-oh.
Give me another performance check. Give me another performance check. This one without advantage, but
Oh god. Yeah, because it just is.
because it's just yeah.
6.
Yeah,
That was what was expected.
Yeah, don't push your luck. All right, yeah, I can. If in exchange for that, I can point you guys in the right direction. You and the tail whips down and wraps around Kinvalar. Do you resist?
I'm gonna make a wisdom save to see if I resist. Motherfuck! Doesn't have that, but yes. Instinctually, he does kind of freak and tries to pull away.
All right, then it will be an attack roll.
Okay. My armor class is 16.
All right. Make sure this is whispering to me.
Whoa!
Yep. Okay. Well, with a natural 20, it wraps you up nice and tight. The tail sort of wraps around you, lifts you up, and puts you on his back. Hold on.
So you get the rare instance of Kinvalar swearing in Elvish.
And he sort of hovers up in the air. He's not flying too fast, so you don't have to make a roll, but you are a little unstable on your feet.
Dwenche Corsalam Markan.
And he sort of brings you up above the tree line, and you can sort of see sort of across the entirety of the high forest. And he turns you so that you see the mountains. You also see this massive leafy dome of a tree that's about what you'd estimate to be about 2 days further. And he, with his tail, while you're on his back, points. That's the top of the grandfather tree.
Okay.
So if you keep going in that direction, you'll make it. But I will warn you that there are centaurs in the forest over there, and they don't like two-legged folk.
Noted. Is there some way to get around them? Like an easy, go in this direction, and then once you reach this landmark, go in this direction.
Not so much, because they're actually at the tree.
Ah!
They got cursed while exploring some ancient ruins, and until the curse is lifted, well, they're basically zombies, but not quite. It's a really bad curse. They smell like zombies, and they look like zombies, and they can't eat anything, but they're still alive.
Ow.
They're hoping the tree will heal them. Spoiler alert, it won't.
Good to know. I appreciate the heads up.
Also, there are dryads that live around the tree, and they don't want people going to it. They let the centaurs in because, well, the centaurs kind of look as pathetic as they sound, and they really just want to be left alone no matter how much they hate your kind. Yeah, there are some dryads there that will try to make you leave. They speak Elvish, so good for you. Might want to have your more charming person talk to them, though.
Point made.
Try not to kill them. they're kind of really good for the ecosystem here.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah. All right. And whatever it is you're looking for, explain it to them. They probably don't know it's there, so it's good to be clear and open about these things.
Yes, of course.
And
Thank you. That is good information.
And then the dragon comes back down, lands, tail whips back up, grabs Kinvalar, puts him on the ground. Right. Well, if you're ever in the realm of my lair, look me up. The name is, as soon as I find the piece of paper, the name is Vexalanthus, but you can call me Vex. And I swear to you, that's what it's in the book. And the dragon flies off.
So just central in the lair is this broom of flying.
I mean,
Even though the dragon can already fly.
if Vex was gonna be a dragon, Vex would have probably been a copper one.
No, a gold dragon. Vex would be a gold dragon.
Not greedy enough.
They're made of gold.
Not greedy enough.
No,
Gold dragons aren't the greedy dragons. They're already made of gold. They don't need more.
you know.
Anyway, so you all have
anyway.
your elf returned to you now.
Yes. So he will pass along the information about the
Zombie centaurs.
zombie-ish centaurs and the dryads.
Maybe we can help them.
I think an offer of aid might be better received than trying to cut our way through them.
Yeah.
Well,
Who speaks Elvish besides me?
myself, Miracle, I think.
Miracle speaks most languages.
Yeah.
Yes, I speak most things. Which thing are we trying to speak right now?
Well, we will need to speak according to the dragon. The dryads speak Elvish.
Fortunately,
I can
not
do
in my
that.
repertoire.
I can also do Sylvan and Abyssal and Infernal and like, or he'll like, yes, I can do Elvish.
I can speak Elvish as well.
Unfortunately, that one's not.
I like
in
that.
My,
I like that you could. I could pretty much hear the eye rolling.
Yes, that fairly common language that most cities have some people that speak. Yes, I speak that.
Now I definitely hear the eye roll. Yeah, I simply do not have a lot of experience speaking with dryads, so I wanted to make sure one of us did, besides me, because I might make them angry somehow.
The person designed to talk people out of fights doesn't speak the language, unfortunately.
All right.
Well,
I
first we
don't
need to
see-
get there.
Looks at Byron, looks at me. I'm also designed to not speak, not fight, speak. But
So
it's early.
No, I think we got what you meant.
you all continue on with the fresh directions in mind.
Yep.
Another day passes. You do get a rest in the High Forest, so everybody gets their stuff back. And the next day, as you're traveling, you're figuring you're probably not just another day away from the grandfather tree, and you hear nearby but not visible yet, and the grumblings of something in giant, which Miracle can hear. you hear what sounds like a group of voices complaining about having to go hunting and why couldn't we have just raided one of those towns and taken people out of their houses. People in houses are so much easier to eat than deer because deer run away, and houses you can just take the roofs off of and reach in and grab and eat. It's like portable food, but it's there. And another.
You want to say hi to some giants or avoid some giants?
What kind of giants?
The kind that are kind of lazy?
Please be a bit more specific.
The kind that would prefer to eat people in cans, not deer that run away from them.
Then let's avoid, because you may have noticed I am a human in a can.
I am a human. You may have noticed I am a human in a can.
It's a little Happy Meal on legs.
Oh, that's my favorite firing line of all time now.
Yep. Yep, for real.
Okay, if you're going to avoid them, I need stealth checks from everyone.
Alrighty. This'll be a thing. I don't know.
Do I pass without it? No, that's a useful spell. I wouldn't have it.
Pass without a trace.
All right, my armor's mithril. I don't have disadvantage on this. I still have -1 on it, though.
I'm really hoping this is a
Natural
group check.
20 makes it a 19.
Yeah.
It is a group check, yes.
Somehow I'm quiet.
Oh no, I actually have good stealth. So let's see how this goes. 17.
All right.
29.
Unfortunately, these are the wisest hill giants in the history of time.
You all sort of find a crook, like sort of an overhang in the root system to hide in, and Miracle keeps trying to Miracle goes to walk past and fire, and you just sort of grab and yank. So Miracle's like,
Muriel is still totally planning on talking.
And if you guys see a hill giant, 2 ogres, and 4 bugbears come stomping past. It seems like the ogres were the ones talking. As this hill giant just has a large sack and is reaching down, grabbing fruits, berries, small animals, anything that it can get its hands on, and shoving them in the sack, which is currently wiggling, and you can see a couple of antlers poking out throughout the bottom end. It's also wet with blood. It seems like occasionally when it wiggles too hard, the hill giant smacks it against a tree and keeps going.
It's like Firen's like, I don't creature in suffering, but also actually just hunted game, but they could have killed it already. Why have they not killed it already?
How many are there again?
1 hill giant, 2 ogres, and 4 bugbears. And as they're walking by, you see the bag still wiggling. The hill giant takes the bag up and against a tree, and it stops wiggling.
It's dead now. Okay.
I like that you're like. I like that you're like. Oh, it's dead now. Problem solved.
Well, for Firen, it was like. For Firen, it was like creature is suffering. Do not want creature suffering. Oh, it's actually okay. They have food now.
They're certainly not going to do that to the next elk they see.
Yeah, I know.
Slowly beat it to death with every few steps.
Mm-hmm.
Like looking at everybody like, are we gonna kill them? Are we gonna kill them? Are we gonna kill them?
I mean,
you know what Flint's vote is.
On one hand, I feel like
direction are they going?
Like the High Forest might sort this one out on its own. On the other hand, I don't really want
to Firebolt.
See how much damage it's going to do in the meantime.
It's hard. They're crossing your path, so if you stay hidden, they'll eventually keep going. Directionality is hard to ascertain in the High Forest, but they're perpendicular.
Well,
to you.
compared to us,
Yeah, crossing.
if we start this fight, Kinvalar, can you find our path again?
We are next to trees currently.
We can mark something here, going arrow that way.
You fly up, find the top of the grandfather tree, and come back.
I mean, yes, but ideally, so I don't have to use a spell. I stop where we are. I pull out one of my swords.
Which one?
The
one that glows?
No.
It's like, I pull out the Moon Touch Scimitar. Oh, fuck.
No, I pull out just a dagger.
Ching.
And just in the ground, I just take the time to carve out an arrow pointing the direction that we should be going.
Okay.
And it's just our luck that is exactly where the giant is going to step in the middle of our fight. But that's fine.
As they seem to be debating morally, I'm going to knock an arrow and ready an action to fire if they decide they want to fight things.
All right.
I feel like this...
I follow your lead, Kinvalar.
Well, that was your first mistake. Yeah, I feel... Fuck it, let's do this.
At this point.
What was that?
Milva will climb a tree at this point.
Give me an athletics check.
I can climb equivalent.
Oh yeah, no, you're a thief. You have second story. Yeah, that's right. You can just do it.
I'm just doing it.
So yeah,
all right,
Milva. Scrambles.
I'm gonna climb and hide.
All right, give me a stealth check. Again,
So-
you already have a stealth check. We'll just use that one that you rolled previously.
I am going...
87.
Okay. Jeremy, you said you were going.
Yes, I look at the girls like, when I give... You'll know when it's time to attack. And he's casting greater invisibility on himself.
All right.
He is going to move around to one side.
Well, let me really quick.
Yes.
You guys are sort of in cover here.
Okay.
That's sort of like that's sort of an overhang that the tree is giving you. And you are facing off against. Womp. Yep. A hill giant. 4 bugbear. Whoops, no. No. I don't need more of you. 4 bugbears. Who are sort of trailing behind. And 2 ogres. Who are not showing up for reasons. Roll 20.
Ogres.
There we go. Like this. Boom. There we go. And yeah. So they are sort of not really in a formation or anything. They're just sort of trailing behind across this path. And I will put them in their appropriate spots once I have everything sorted from my 15,000 windows.
So ideally, I want to get
Okay. So
Like, okay, that's actually even better. In that case, ideally, I want to get like here, more or less.
Okay, you are invisible, but you're moving through forested areas. So give me a stealth check.
Mm-hmm. With advantage?
Yes, with advantage.
26.
Okay, so yeah, you're able to move pretty far as they're moving
Okay.
around.
And so
While you're moving, they will have also moved.
that's fine.
They're just sort of wandering aimlessly, not really in any particular direction.
God dang it. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work quite nicely.
That angle misses those two bugbears.
Does
Lightning
it?
bolt's
'Cause-
only 5 feet wide.
Right. Mm,
It passes cleanly between them without touching either token.
I feel like I feel like it's very close to the northern one.
I think if it's 5 feet wide, I think if I like see the line across the black line, that would theoretically be how wide it is.
Ah, fine. I'll do that then.
Yeah, that'll hit the top bugbear in the hill giant.
Okay, that'll work. So we will go big or go home.
Mm-hmm.
And we will drop a level 5 lightning bolt.
All right. This is basic invisibility, not greater?
No, greater
Greater
invisibility.
invisibility? Okay.
I specifically chose greater invisibility.
Good.
So that's 36 lightning damage.
Well, the bugbear rolled a natural 20. And the hill giant also rolled a natural 20.
I hate you.
So they take half damage. Half of 36 is 18. I mean, it's still a lot of damage.
And then I roll, or not roll. I use my bonus action to cast Misty Step to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
All right.
30 feet away from where I just was.
And we're going to go ahead and have everybody roll initiative now, as the bugbears roll my third natural 20 on their initiative.
My God.
8. I'm glad somebody's rolling natural 20s.
You're not allowed to complain about my rolling during Star Wars anymore.
Yes, I am. That's what players do.
That first initiative from us is for Flynn.
It's a 9. Which makes Milva's a 14.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Womp. All right. I think everyone's on the board now. Yes. So, bugbears go first. The bugbears. So this flash of lightning erupts through, hitting one of the bugbears and the hill giant. The hill giant.
FYI, that was the sign.
Oh no, we're well aware.
And sort of all of them turn and look in that direction and start trying to see if they can spot whatever hit them. What was your stealth check? 26? Yeah, no, that doesn't see anything. That doesn't see anything. And that does no. Yeah, so they're looking around trying to find Kinvalar and failing. The bugbear. So the bugbears spend their turn trying to see where the lightning bolt came from. Milva.
So I'm hidden up a tree.
Yep, you are hidden up a tree.
Lovely. If I move, will I still be hidden?
If you move out of where you're at, yes, you will. You will no longer be hidden.
Okay, I will shoot the bugbear that got damaged by the lightning bolt.
Okay. I mean, you rolled 2 natural 20s. And it's dead before you. It's dead before you roll your sneak attack.
Oh, I'm gonna roll it anyway.
To see how dead it is.
So yeah, there's just the sound of, and one of the bugbears hits the ground.
For reference, that's 57 points of damage in 1 attack.
Lovely.
For reference, he only had 8 hit points left.
Oh damn. Never mind.
Should have used that attack on the hill giant.
Yeah, I was going to take out the small ones, so there's not as many attacks.
That's fine.
She's going to climb up higher and stealth again.
Give me a hide check. Give me another stealth check.
I do have advantage of this on this, I believe. Oh, she's gonna move half her movement. Not 20 again.
It's a 21. You don't have advantage, but all right.
No, if she moves half her movement, she's got advantage on stealth checks.
Oh, well, okay then.
From her.
That makes it Farbolt's turn.
I am going to step forward a little bit, and then I am going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on the Hill Giant.
Nice.
And it's a magical ambusher. It has to make a wisdom saving throw, and it's at disadvantage because if it doesn't know where I am.
All right.
As all of our stealth kills go off.
It's only a DC of 14.
Ah, well, they rolled a 14, so.
Is it at disadvantage?
With disadvantage. Rolled a 14 or a 17.
Oh, well. Then...
Spell goes off, but doesn't do anything.
Yeah, how much cover do we have going from where I am?
Not a lot. It's all up like you're under an overhang, so it's above you. It's not in front of you, so you can see. So once you give away your position, they can tell you're there. So no cover, basically.
No cover. Okay, so I am just going to move a little bit farther away from everyone.
But you don't like being in like perfect belly flop / boulder throw range?
I'd like to avoid the belly flop thing. It's hilarious when it happens to someone else.
I'm going to mark you as being up in a tree because...
Yes, I'm about 40 foot up-ish.
Yep. Keep that in mind when you're judging your ranges, by the way.
Okay.
All right. That makes it Ogre's turn. So the Ogre didn't see where Kinvalar was, but did see a half-elf come out and cast a spell. So they begin moving in that direction. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 5, 10, 15, 20, 40. And they are going to throw some javelins at Farbolt. As they reach into their bags, pull out these massive bits of wood with obsidian sort of heads on them and hurl them at you.
Well, it puts them in range of everyone else.
Does a 29 hit you? Oh, sorry, does 29. Does a 21 hit you?
21 does hit.
And a 9 misses. You take 9 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, okay, no, I'm just going to take that.
You don't want to dodge uncannily?
No. Just in case the giant throws something at me.
Kinvalar, it's your turn again.
Alrighty. We will. Let's see. I'm going to. What's a good? You know what? It worked well last time, other than, the massively effective saving. Oh, look at that. In fact, look at that.
Yeah, you hit 3 of them this time.
So this will be a level 4 lightning bolt.
All right. What's the DC?
16.
So a 9 fails.
For 36 again.
A 1 fails. But a 19 succeeds. So one of the bugbears takes 18 damage.
Those bugbears are
The
agile.
hill giant takes 36. And the ogre takes 36.
And then I Misty Step 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then I will sneak, so 5, 10, 15.
Okay. So you're not stealthed anymore, though.
I'm still invisible, though.
You are invisible. But as we've discussed previously on this very series, invisible and hidden are not the same thing.
This is true, but we're also in the middle of a forest.
It's true. It's true. It is now Hill Giant's
Leaves
turn.
crunch.
Leaves crunch, sticks things, and also Misty Step isn't invisible. Misty Step conjures mist. Hill Giant. Hill Giant doesn't care, though, because there are a bunch of things over here for him. So the Hill Giant, 5, 10,
Or as he knows there's only a thing over there.
15, 20, 25, 30. Let's give him a perception check real quick as he gets closer. He saw where the spellcaster came from, which means that he can make an assumption that there might be things under there. Whether or not he sees you guys is a different question. Let me reference previous stealth checks made. Fortunately, he doesn't see you. He goes over, looks down. You all have the T-Rex from Jurassic Park moment. And then he turns over at Farbolt and steps over there.
And this is why I saved my uncanny dodge.
Does an 18 hit you, Farbolt?
Just.
Okay. The Hill Giant sits on you.
Actually, can I use luck on this guy to make him re-roll that?
I think you can only use luck on...
You can use luck on enemy attacks.
Can you?
Yeah.
Make them take the whatever I roll instead. Hopefully I roll low.
But
So
you don't
12.
you don't know the modifier.
I don't
But
know
you
the
know the roll.
modifier, but does that
I
make him
think it's
So the other two dice that he rolled was a 5 and an 8.
Okay, yeah. So no, not making him use my roll.
But
Alright.
you can make him use the 5.
No, it's he rolls, and then I can roll a dice, and I can choose which one use his roll or my roll.
His rolls, one of his rolls.
He had 2 rolls. He had advantage on the attack.
So you give him the worst of those rolls, which was a 5.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so that's a 13. Does that hit you?
No.
All right, so you dodge out of the way as he turns around and flops down where you're at.
Yeah.
To everybody, unfortunately, to everybody else, though, it looks like Farbolt got crushed. Well, got sat on. Because he dodges out of the way.
Because luck can turn advantage into super disadvantage.
It can. So, that makes it. No, they don't think it's one of those. That makes it Flint's turn. Flint, you just saw this hill giant sit on Farbolt.
Okay, so I'm gonna move, and where I wanted to move, there's no piece of screen.
Then we will shift everything over slightly.
Yeah, a little bit more, maybe. Because I don't want to be in melee combat with it, but I want to be on that side. Yeah, that'll do.
All right.
So yeah. No, there. Yeah. So, Flint moves in front of him there. This time, pulls out his javelin. And he takes a strike. It's his lightning javelin.
All right.
So he's gonna throw it. He's gonna throw it further away. So if we,
it just becomes a lightning bolt as you throw it. So.
But isn't the person that you're throwing it at? Isn't the damage different on it than everybody in the line?
Let me take a look real quick. Javelin of Lightning.
I've never actually used it before. It's just
When you hurl it, speak its command word, it transforms into a bolt of lightning, forming a 5-foot wide line that extends out from you to a target within 120 feet. Each creature in the line, excluding you and the target, must make a DC 13 Dexterity saving throw, take 46 lightning damage on a failed save, and half as much damage on a successful one. The lightning bolt turns back into a javelin when it reaches the target. Make a ranged weapon attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes damage from the javelin plus 46 lightning damage. So so if you throw it past, like if you're aiming at like the, you could be aiming at like the bugbear behind them, yeah.
Yeah, that's where I want to aim it.
All right.
And do I? Sorry, I'm not used to
make a ranged weapon attack with the javelin first. See if you hit the bugbear.
Bop! Recklessly.
Oh yeah, can I reckless?
Yeah, you can reckless attack.
Yeah, do it again then.
My God.
Oh, man.
9.
Fortunately, it's still going to hit the hill giant because there's not really any way you can throw it that the lightning portion doesn't hit that.
Yeah,
unfortunately, Kinvalar is way the fuck over there, so I can't have it hit Kinvalar instead.
I was gonna say you could slip and he throws it so it arcs in the air and then comes down, and that's when the lightning hits and slams into me.
Oh,
get creative, man.
That's fair, actually.
that's me.
No, for this, Jeremy.
So
do it.
It
kills the bat.
It was 2 natural ones on a reckless attack. So yeah, no, weird shit happens. So Flint, you run out and you grab this thing and you go to throw it, but you're not used to throwing things, so you swing it sideways rather than overhand, like you were swinging a sword, and just let go. And in the act of swinging, you slip, and your foot just goes out from underneath you on some wet leaves. And this lightning bolt just blasts through the hill giant. So go ahead and roll the 4d6 for the lightning damage on the hill giant.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
And Kinvalar, you're sort of looking at these bugbears and like, I'm just gonna fuck your day up. What's that?
Yes.
And so
Wow.
you take 12 lightning damage and 10 piercing damage
Yeah.
as this javelin of lightning hits you and just knocks you on your ass.
Ow.
And you have a brief moment of, so that's what it feels like.
Yes. Karmic justice.
Not to be a bearer of bad news, but I believe that's a concentration check.
Oh, it is.
Yes. Oh, yes, it is.
That's a concentration check on an 11.
I do
DC
have
11.
Warcaster.
You have advantage. DC 11,
So,
concentration.
DC 11. This
Concentration
should
check,
not
save.
be that difficult. Although I do only have a +1, and we know how I roll.
Hey!
We rolled a 19 and a 20, so you would have been fine either way.
Yep. Ooh, that would have been a really bad time to suddenly go visible.
But Flint, you did hit the hill giant, and that, as far as you can tell, that's all you hit.
Except for the sound of elven pain.
Firing.
Cries in Elvish.
Subtitle. The subtitle cries in Elvish.
Yes.
Can Flint do a bonus action?
Yeah, you get a bonus action.
Yeah. So as my bonus action, I will. You said that I slipped and fell down.
Yeah.
So Flint, obviously with his kilt flopping down everywhere as he falls over, will spin his little legs in a little breakdance move and get back up. And then he looks over at Farball and gives a little wink, and he feels inspired.
You have
Some sick moves. Is it a D6?
Yeah. It says that I get 2 attacks, but if I've used that javelin, do I still get another attack?
no, because it was a use magic item action, not an attack.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah,
Also, you rolled 2 natural ones in a row and fell over, so you would have lost
Yeah,
that
yeah.
attack anyways.
It's all
That's,
about the recovery, though.
that's when the game says, no, this is when you fuck up. All right. That makes it Firen's turn.
25. I think that's 30 feet across that way. Yes. Oh wait, a little bit shorter. Yeah. Delete that one. I cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Okay. Put the spell card in the thing.
Yeah. Bam.
30-foot cube. That's 30 feet by 30 feet. That's 30 feet by 35 feet, but it would still hit all 3 of these guys, so.
It disappears right after the spell is cast.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, wisdom saving throws. You guys attacking their wisdom, man.
And my DC is higher than the people. It's 15.
The ogres had 2 natural ones.
Hey.
The giant had a natural 20.
Okay, well, fair enough.
What is it with today?
Okay.
So the 2 ogres are charmed for the duration of the spell, which is concentration up to a minute, and have a speed of 0.
They're incapacitated and have a speed of 0. While incapacitated, melee hits within 5 feet of them are critical hits, but they will wake up as soon as you hit them.
Yep.
Like, everything is either a 1 or a 20 today.
Firen, are you doing anything else?
You know, there are no verbal components to Hypnotic Pattern.
Nope.
so I did not give away my position. So I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
There are no verbal components, but there is a lot of hand waving involved.
Yeah, but hands is not my entire body going plank.
No.
So I'm gonna stay where I'm at and hide.
Miracle.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out a good place to read the spell. Yeah, okay. So just sort of hoping that Kinvalar isn't quite that close in, and assuming that he's a pretty big, rangy person in general. I'm really bad at. It's a 20-foot radius, so it's something like this. And then I'll figure out. I'm casting the spike growth on those bugbears.
Roughly that. Yeah.
All right. All right. That area is currently a spiked growth.
So they're gonna have a fun time moving.
They do, however, know that it's there, so that they're in the middle of it. So
Yeah. So you got to move through it anyway.
I have to move through it.
Yeah, that was the plan. Is they can either go out of it more easily, further away, or they can try and fight things and die.
All right. Oh, is that the end of your turn?
The end of my turn. I assume Kinvalar also can see that area when it's cast well enough to know there's a spike growth there now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's my turn.
Bugbear's turn. They are still trying to find the origin of the lightning bolts.
Well, they know it now. It's Flint.
Oh, look, a natural 20.
God damn it.
They zone in on the area where Kinvalar roughly is. The Misty Step helped. Because, again, you're engulfed in silvery mist and then move.
Yeah, the mist appears at the 2 points at the start and the end.
And they begin to move that way, hoping, not quite sure what the strange spiky growth around them is going to do to them. So, Aaron,
Murder.
I need one,
That's what it's
2,
gonna do.
3, 1. I need one instance of spiked growth first. As they all move 1, 2, 3,
4 damage.
4. All right. One of them gets out. I need one more instance.
Five damage.
One of them is dead. And then both of them are out. All right. So 5. So
I
that's
helped
10,
a little bit.
15, 20, 25, 30. 20, 20, 30. And 2 disadvantaged javelins are flying towards Kinvalar's position.
Oh, good. Javelins have done treated me so well this fight.
Well, an 8 and a 9 miss you. So
Yes, they do.
So you're sort of laying on the ground. Ow! And 2 more javelins hit either side of you. Milva, that makes it your turn.
Okay. I'm going to shoot at the giant.
Okay, roll the attack with advantage because you're hidden.
You've got to shoot!
25 hits, roll damage. And you do get sneak attack.
Ha! Excellent. Nice.
Alright, so hits the giant.
She's going to move half her movement again.
Down or
Down.
up? Down? Okay, so.
Down this time and stealth and hide.
Alright, no stealth attack. And Farbolt, your turn.
Well, since no one else is around me, I am going to disengage,
Okay.
and I am going to move away. Now it's so move over here and cast mirror image.
All right. So 3 other firebolts appear and begin shifting in and out of position.
And that'll do it for me.
You can never have too many firebolts.
Ogre's turn. They are incapacitated.
I
Kinvalar, your
prefer
turn.
to think of it as there's always another chance.
All right, Kinvar gets back to his feet.
Oh, look, they're in a line right there.
I'm not using a level 3. I'm not using a level 3 spell on 2 goddamn bugbears. So I get to my feet. For my bonus action, I take on Blade Song.
Okay.
Invisible melee, motherfuckers.
All right, run up and hit.
5,
You have advantage.
10. Yeah, I'll just stop right there. And I will, you know what? No, I instead of doing multiple attacks, I will be right there, and I will green flame blade as I attack the one directly in front of me.
All right, make your attack with advantage.
Yep. Let's see, is that? Yeah, not that one. This one. 24.
24 hits. Roll damage.
So five slashing to the bugbear, plus
A D8 to it and a D8 plus 5.
so
to the other one.
11.
Or
5 slashing, 6 fire to the one directly in front of me, and then 7 fire to the other one.
Yep.
And then I move there. Because I think even if you're invisible, you can provoke attacks of opportunity.
Yeah, you can. Hill Giant's turn. So the Hill Giant sees the one that threw a lightning bolt at it. And gets up, steps forward, and then does another just sort of sit down on at Flint.
No!
He has advantage because Flint recklessly attacked. I mean, he has advantage anyways because he's literally sitting down.
I'm
here,
waiting
but
for the phrase natural 20.
not a natural 20, just a 27 to hit.
Yeah.
That was like a, good God.
Which is so you take 26 bludgeoning damage as the giant sits on you, and you are restrained. You are prone and restrained. You are grappled and prone.
I feel like a dwarven butt plug.
And it doesn't smell good. There's a lot of ass sweat right here. Apparently, this giant is suffering from a major case of swamp ass, and now you're in it.
I mean,
Yay!
he has been hit with a couple lightning bolts, so that does tend to cause bodily functions to loosen.
But you do feel a great kinship to this hill giant because, much like your kilt, he's just wearing a loincloth with nothing underneath.
Yeah. Sounds about right. And obviously, me and the giant are obviously as well both hung the same.
That makes it Flint. Your turn.
So,
You are
how do I
face
get out of
you
this
are
giant's butt?
you are face deep in giant ass.
Ignite the greatsword. It's like lighting a match.
So you are grappled you are grappled and prone. You can try to wiggle free
Yeah.
with either an
It means
athletics.
you can't make any attacks, right?
You can attack, but attacks are at disadvantage.
Okay.
And you can attack at disadvantage, or you can try to make an athletics or acrobatics check to get free.
And if you rage, your athletics are at advantage.
Yeah, I was going to say, do I get a bonus action as well?
Yeah, you still have your full turn.
Then bonus action rage, because I've just been used as a giant butt plug. And then, yeah, I'll try to get out of there.
So athletics check. Yeah, you muscle your way out of the ass cheeks of the giant.
Oh, that was disgusting, even for me.
You end up over there. That was your action, though, so you clawing to get out.
I'm done. I'm just like, I'm wringing giant butt sweat out my beard.
Yep.
Blech.
Byron, you have a PTSD flashback first.
It's a little bit, yeah.
It's still funny when it happens to other people.
But it's time to solve this one. Therapy. I have a Giant Slayer greatsword.
You do. It's super effective on all these creatures except for the bugbears.
So, time for Giant Bane. I'm flanking. 22.
You hit.
That's
You
19
kill it.
damage, and I'm okay. Never mind then.
So, Flint, you see the giant beginning to fall, and for a second you're thinking, "Oh God, not again!" And then it falls between you, and you see firing on the other end with this giant greatsword made of bone, just holding it back up on his shoulder.
And then I get two attacks.
I look over him, and Flint says, "What are you doing? I knew we had him."
I'm sure you did, friend. And then I shift 10 feet over this way and make my second attack with advantage.
All right.
I miss probably.
Don't you have an auto crit on this one?
No,
I
you
do,
hit.
but
You hit.
if I hit. Oh, I hit. Sweet. I crit.
Ogres don't have that good a hit. Don't have that good a AC.
So I'm also going to pour max level Divine Smite into this.
All right, hit, crit, everything.
So
I mean, I would argue that depends on the ogre, and what experimentation a wizard has done to them.
So that's going to be
Natural ogres don't have that good AC.
Okay.
First off, that's going to be an extra 4d6 just for the crit on the sword. That's 7 more from the crit on the sword, and then I Divine Smite. Third level. Twice.
So add
So
all that
that's-
together for me, please.
Yeah, let me.
Hang on. Slash roll 13 plus 6 plus 12 plus 9. Oh, sorry, no, that was the first one. Sorry.
Yeah.
12 plus
12
9
plus 9 plus 7.
7. You need to roll the damage on the greatsword again. Oh, wait,
No, that
no,
was the damage of
that
the
was
greatsword
it,
again.
Yeah.
That was just the dice. Because the
Plus
greatsword has strength and
6
magic.
plus
I didn't
5
want to.
plus 11 plus 7 plus 1 plus 12. 70 damage in one hit.
Nice.
Yeah, no, you leap up and just bring the greatsword down and just blast this ogre in half. And it is dead.
Nice.
As you realize, this is a really fucking good sword.
Yeah. I make my last 5-foot shift towards the other guy who's still staring off into space.
As you just one giant, another one. Miracle.
All right. Well, there's. Let's see. I can't. Can I see Kinvalar? Is Kinvalar still invisible?
Kinvalar is still invisible.
I'm sure he's not in my bow range.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's off in the distance casting.
In what
spell.
world would I be out of your bow range if the only enemies left are within your bow range?
No, what I mean is, I'm sure he's not in the path of my arrow.
Of course not.
Of course he isn't.
Why
Who would be
he
that silly?
Yeah, no, not at all.
12 12 misses. 26 hits, I assume.
And let me look real quick.
Jesus!
26 does hit.
That's like 2 arrows like flying on either side of his head. He's like,
Even with the cover granted by Kinvalar, the 26 hits.
Parts his hair, you know.
You deflect it. You deflect the 12 with your blade saw.
that's probably what happened. Like he just knocked one of them aside.
Yeah. So
I
you fire 2 arrows. One of them, like, it looks like it's going to hit the bugbear and then just goes fling off to one side. The second one flies through.
So I feel like when you shoot at someone who has a person as cover, if it would hit their normal AC, but it misses because of the cover bonus, it hits the person. Usually.
It does.
But it probably missed their regular AC.
12 would have missed their regular AC.
Yeah, 12 would have missed their regular AC, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. Roll damage for
Yes,
26.
I was very aware of that as the player.
Go ahead. Yeah, roll 26 for me. 4
4
piercing.
damage because I'm good at foes.
Is that what? Yeah, it is with the +1. Wow.
Miracle
It's
rolled
with
a
the
1.
+1 and the +2 from bracers.
Yeah. Wait, is it the? What's your dex mod?
Or wait, no, I don't have the bracers. Bracers is the other ranger with a bow that I have.
Yeah.
With the +2 from having a dexterity modifier.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, 4 damage. Bing.
That was worth it, wasn't it?
Bugbear's turn.
Yes. I think they should go run and attack the person who just fired a bow at them so they can run right by me.
I think they should run it.
Using the information that they've gathered from the arrow that was deflected out of midair, they flank you and attack.
Okay, that means that they just simply have regular rolls.
Yeah. Which is an 8 and a 19.
My armor class with blade song is 20.
Yeah, so no, you even with
Weesh.
them knowing where you are, even with them basically knowing where you are, you're still able to dodge and deflect like nothing.
I bet they feel stupid right now.
They do. Melva.
They're both swinging in from their right, so you just go left in a circle with your blade, just deflect the front, deflect the back.
Right now, like this ogre's like, they're swinging at nothing.
The ogre's looking at pretty colors right now.
Yeah.
I can see the music.
I can see the music.
Melva, what you doing?
It tastes like orange.
I'm 25 foot up a tree. Can I reach that second ogre?
You're 25 feet up the tree currently.
With the crossbow, you should be good.
Crossbow range is 60.
80, isn't it?
There's 80.
Like,
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's well within
crossbow.
your range. It's well within your range still.
cool. I will attack that one in that case.
23 will hit. Roll damage and sneak attack and kill it probably.
23.
That's exactly enough to put it down.
Excellent.
Anything else on your turn, Melva?
She will now come down to the ground and hide again.
All right. Farwell, your turn.
Okay, well, I was gonna try to kill the ogre, but that's a little bit. It's already dead, so I'm going to bonus action that run and then bonus action dash here, and then throw a dagger at this bugbear here.
Okay.
All giants will fear the wrath of my deeps.
17 will hit. Roll damage. Yes, the
Alright.
deeps are mighty, yes.
I got sneak attack since
You do get sneak attack, yes.
Kinvalar's there.
It's dead.
So
It had 1 hit point after
Hit
your
point.
after your base damage. So fireball, and the bugbear behind you, Kinvalar, gets and falls.
Haha.
Which would make it Kinvalar's turn.
All right. Just for fun, we're going to go like that. Dance around him. And hit him twice. 23
hits.
and 16.
16 hits.
Okay. 5 slashing and 9 slashing.
And he's dead. Oh, with 2 very swift scimitar slices, the bugbear falls down, and the forest goes quiet as the battle ends.
And hey, we have tenderized elk.
You're vegetarian.
This is accurate, technically.
You're a vegetarian. You started a fight because you were upset and a vegetarian.
Yes, I know.
Uh,
Decisions you make in an impromptu thing at ass crack of dawn.
I love
Decisions you
I
make
love-
to
I love the
moral high ground the stupid character.
I love the idea that Kinvalar keeps forgetting he's a vegetarian.
like, yes, we can have a barbecue. Wait, I don't eat meat.
Like, he's just a bad vegetarian.
Look, we have venison now. Oh, wait.
Like, oh, that smells so good. Wait, fuck.
Wait, suffering of animals.
Just remember, broccoli smells like broccoli, but meat smells like murder, and murder smells good.
So, you are in a forest with a bunch of dead ogres and a hill giant and a bunch of dead bugbears. The hill giant has a bag that you can smell from here,
Just the smell of dead elk.
Elk.
and lots of
Oh,
other
they-
things.
Flint
least there's
pushes
at
over
least-
to retrieve his lightning javelin.
Yeah. Kinvalar, you see Flint walk past you as he goes to pick up the javelin that hit you previously.
Yeah, I go visible at this point. A little singe, little. No, just singe. I think that's the only thing that hit me.
Yep, that's the only thing that hit you.
I'll drop a 2nd level cure wounds.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna pull the dagger out of the bugbear and just kind of pat him down with anything interesting.
The bugbears have a morning star each.
Oh. I guess that's a 1st level because it wouldn't roll a 2nd level.
That's
Sorry.
fine.
They have,
I'm actually. I'm.
You're down 24 hit
Vaguely.
points.
Yeah,
So,
that's not the
8 more.
worst.
Yeah, so the bugbears each had a morning star and a javelin, 2 of which are over by where Flint picks up his javelin. The ogres and hill giants all had great clubs, which were sized appropriately to them.
They had a bag, right?
Yes, and a bag that is filled with meat of various discrepancies.
Okay.
At least something should be freshly killed, though.
Yeah. It's also mixed in with mushrooms and dirt and anything that they thought might be edible, some of which is definitely not edible. And some rocks.
Well, that's just wasteful.
Well, at the very least, they won't be.
Terrorizing anything else.
Yes.
Correct.
All right. So,
Can we take a short rest here?
yeah, you guys can take a short rest here.
Or Flint will do a bit of interpretive dance to so that you get an extra 1d6 hit points when you roll
So-
hit dice.
So because I am completely uninjured and want to not watch that, I'm gonna go try and find the arrow that was marked and make sure we still know where we're going.
You barely moved from it the entire battle. You know exactly where it's at and can find it again.
Okay.
Well, with Flint's little inspiration, that'll put me back up to full.
All right. So you all rest for a while. Flint gives you all a
There we
healing
go.
song
Good
of
enough.
rest, and as you prepare to pick back up, heading towards Grandfather Tree, finishing the rest of your trek, we're going to end there for the day. Thank you all for watching. Thea and Grebo, you guys want to plug your shit?
Plucky.
Much like
we
Flint,
are the cognitive merchant.
much like Flint did with the hill
You
giant a
can,
minute ago.
Oh.
Oh.
Nice. Oh, I'm not gonna get that image out of my head. Yeah, so we're the Cognitive Merchant. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our website, thecognitivemerchant.co.uk. And I've just been told that if you're in the UK, you can also find us in the Sunday Times today, the main newspaper, because we've literally just had a photo sent of the paper, which I didn't know that we were going to be.
That is awesome.
But yeah, we make lots of leather goods. We make an amazing all-in-one DM kit, amongst other things. But yeah, just go check out the website, see what we've got. There'll be some new products going up next month as well.
And sometime in the near future, they're going to be sending us some. They're sending me a DM kit that I bought, which highly recommend you buy those because they are fucking awesome looking. And along with that, they're going to be sending us some gift bags and dice cups to give away. So be sure to follow the channel, subscribe here. Thanks once again to our new subscriber Kumo Desugan Nanika, who subscribed at the top of the show. Giveaways are going to be based off of subscribers and followers on Twitch, my followers on Twitter at John A. Bates, right up there, our subscribers on YouTube, and our patrons on Patreon. So entries will be tallied based on a variety of things. I'll announce that when we have the stuff to give away. So if you want to get ahead of the game and be ready to do that, follow here on Twitter. Or follow here on Twitch, follow on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe here on Twitch, and follow and donate to our Patreon, and you will get chances to win their awesome quality products. So, and with that being said, we'll see you all next time. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.